Welcome. Welcome. We got some light. We shining some light, but we ain't shining the light on the right thing. Light. Oh, we gotta fix our presentation here. Welcome. We're gonna get you right in just a second here. How the oracle say, we gonna get you right as rain. How y'all doing this evening? It's morning time for me. I'm respecting the fact that it is evening time for you all, but it is morning time. See what that says? Corporate records. It's morning time. That's what I mean by it's morning time. I got another big old book here. This is a what do you call that? A dictionary for from Spanish to English. Big old thick dictionary. A by Vox. If anybody want to buy this, let me know. Leave a comment. This is a $114 book. You see that? That's a $114 book right there. Anybody want to buy this? Just leave us a message and email us, and we'll transact and send us a cash app for the book. Let us know you want the book, and we will mail it to you. Okay. Y'all can start your bids. I mean, you just make an offer, old school style. Hey, how much you want for that horse? But this is a Spanish to English translation, and it appears to be a very detailed book. Look how thick it is. Ooh, that's a thick old book right there. That's got to have a lot of information in it to help us out. Welcome. We have 16 in the room. We had 21. Welcome. I'm just showing the goods up in the treasure box I found yesterday. I did a broadcast and I showed you all my 8-track tape collection that I came up on. Y'all missed that. The girly starlight mints. Y'all missed that. Okay. But there's my hotel bed and breakfast. Welcome. That is a porcelain, a real porcelain. That ain't no fake Dollar General, dollar store item. You ain't gonna find that in the dollar store, right? Not that one you want. You ain't gonna find that at Walmart this Christmas. Not that you want. Okay? That's real porcelain right there. People may ask, well, what's the big deal about it being real porcelain? I think we should do maybe a history lesson on that to really delve into the importance of value in certain materials, okay? So that people understand that when you're inventing things, okay, and when you're making things, that you understand that it has no value if it is not made of good materials. So, in order for it to be made of good materials, you would have to be knowledgeable of what good materials are, okay? First of all, you got to get you up on your materials, okay? We got to get you up on your materials, okay? This is a guided inquiry, okay? It's spiritual. It's also advansive. You see those lines and how it's those that look like something in action, something moving, okay? Like a cellular structure. That's also another book that I found, okay? It's called Guide Inquiry, Learning in the 27th Century. Now, whoever had this book had this little piece of notation in there. I left it in there. Let's see what page they made a note for themselves on, okay? And it seems that they put it in a specific place, so we're going to see what kind of notations they was trying to make. The concept of third place. Is that not what I've been telling y'all about the rock, paper, scissors? It said Ann Caspary is a specialist in something. Oh, in museum education with a master degree in teaching. So, in George Washington University as a museum educator, okay? And so, I'm assuming this is what this book is. It's a guide to learning how to be officiated as a teacher. A lot of people are doing bootleg lessons and programs and things like that. This right here tells you how to do it properly, where you have proper rights and credit. It tells you about the third place concept. And that's basically what I was teaching y'all on yesterday, and didn't even know I had a book that teaches that. Okay? But let me see how much this book is. Price that. $43. I'm not sure. Oh, $900. $90. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be a way you can read this to tell the price point and value on the book. But I'm just gonna get the information in the frame. The library's unlimited. An imprint of ABC Clio. Okay. It's got the address there, Santa Barbara, California. And the cover design by Joseph Delfino. Okay? So that's letting you know whatever is in this book, that someone else besides the author designed the cover of the book, because you have compound interest in a book, okay? And you have compound interest in a book because you're coming in third place as far as rights to that material. You're coming in third place when it comes to inventive nature of that book. First of all, somebody invented the book. Okay, so you can no longer be the creator or inventor of books. Somebody created the book. Okay. Now, what we have before us, and I'll put it in frame and view so you can see it clearly. We back at them corporate records. We back at them corporate records. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay. What is going on with these corporate records, y'all? Don't y'all want to know what's going on with these corporate records? I do. Let's see. If y'all nosy like me, you stayed. If you not nosy, you went on about your business. You don't want to indulge in this broadcast, and that's fine. Okay. Articles of incorporation. It's an old documentation of articles. Okay. And so basically what this is that it's it's a blank document. It's written in blank. Okay. It's a check written in blank. Y'all see that? Notary seals all over this one. Okay. All over the place. You see that? It's one hanging off the side there. There's another one hanging off the side. This one is on the thing, but it's three of them. 3 seals. Now down here by the jurat ain't nail seal. See that it said notary seal? Ain't no seal there. Okay, and I'm filling the paper. Remember I was telling y'all got to learn how to fill the paper, and an embossed signature is a signature. Okay, embossing. Articles of incorporation under the Texas Business Corporation Law. Wow. And we have been learning about corporations. This is the old school way, y'all. You see that? How they put... And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Let's see. Let's let it get into view. And now see how they had the word articles touching. We got to learn about the word touching, what that means. The Bible says that if any touching anything, it shall be. And see, the articles is touching the stamp, but I was feeling it. It seems as if I don't know if the stamp came before it looks like the stamp came after before they even printed the words on the document. So that's unique in itself, to stamp the document and bona fide it first. They have a Texas 1150 Articles of Incorporation, Business Corporate Law stamp. And yes, it appears that upon closer examination, it is it was stamped prior to actually printing that on the document. Stamp, pre-stamped. Interesting. Now, this one says about Success Bound, the premier corporate outfit. Success Bound. And this is old school application. Y'all remember these? Corporation supplies. I'm not saying specifically people would remember this specific document, but what I'm saying is anyone that's from this era, from this time, growing up, is aware of receiving like documentations made like this, where you would have the form directly on the advertisement, and then you would cut off the form, and then you mail back in whatever you're trying to order, something or buy something. Like they're offering this looks like a consolation package, a corporate outfit package, and in this package it's supposed to give you all of your documents that you need to start a corporation. Okay, welcome. Look here on the back, it's got a price list, recommended options. See, this is a stock ticket right here. People need to understand and learn when they see a stock ticket what it looks like. Look, here is another one. First choice. Keep Texas money in Texas. Okay? When you set up your corporation, they're telling you this is how you keep Texas money in Texas. Okay? Now, I'm down with that. Okay? I'm down with that. And you fill out this form or application, and that says that you in agreement with keeping Texas money in Texas. Okay? Now, what do we have here? We have a full all-on notary package. Look at that. That's the notary stamp machine here. And I was going to purchase one, and I found it in the trash. So that means I don't have to purchase one. I wonder how much these cost. So how much did that save me by not having to purchase that item? And some people may say, well, Candy, you wealthy. Why are you trying to save money? Why do wealthy people be trying to save money? Because you can't be careless with money, baby. You'll lose it quick. It'll get away from you. It'll get off from there, because you'll be spending it like, I got it. I got the money, And then next thing you know, you don't got it no more. Okay, that's a prodigal son way of thinking. Okay, the way you're thinking. Because you have money to use your money to get things. Why would I need to use money to purchase that? And now I got one. I don't need to purchase it. Okay? So that's the concept of compound interest. I specialize in compound interest. Here we got your court of justice scales. Let's see. What did they say? Stock certificate. Didn't I tell you that was a stock certificate? Wait a minute. Come on, camera, focus in, doggone it. This thing making me frustrated with the situation. But anyway, that says stock certificate right there, nonetheless. And I will try to help the camera to focus in so that you can perhaps see that. Got a lot of shadows. Got a lot of shadows. That's representative of something. People be being sneaky coming over here. That's why they don't stay long. That's why they don't leave no comments and stuff, because they be being sneaky coming and trying to see what I'm doing, just so they can run over to their raggedy ass channel and go copy off what I'm doing. Okay. But anyway, this thing say stock certificate. And like I said, those look like stock certificates. That's how I knew it was stock certificates. Okay. And I'm just flipping through the pages to see what this package has to offer in it. And what so far from what I see, it's just like blank checks, blank papers. What I mean, if you could fill these papers, people need to learn textures, okay? Feels like check paper. It's not regular paper. This is what they call bonded paper, okay? Bond certificates paper. That's what this is, bond certificate paper. Look at that. Told you. I know what I'm talking about. Stock certificates. All right? Look at this. It says specimen right here. Garcia Enterprise Incorporated. Specimen. Okay. So you put the seal right here. That's the stock certificate specimen. Okay. Two of them. And look. It has an IRS, I think that's a 1099 K for stocks certificates or whatever. But anyway, that's a tax form on the back. It's a tax form on the to redeem it as a check, to redeem the certificate. Okay, it's a tax form on the back. Right there. All right. Now we got, let's see. These look like deposit slips. And then it look like it's handwritten, look like they're in cursive. Wow. Look at there, look at there, look at there. More certificates. And that's your these are your the deposit slips, okay? You get a deposit slip, a certificate, a deposit slip. Ooh. Wow, I done fucking hit the jackpot. I found a book of bonds, okay? A book of bonds, stock bonds. That's what I mean by people be throwing away value. I'm gonna close this sucker up right here. I'm tearing up it a little stuff, causing a little damage there. That has a seal on it too. Just this little paper you think ain't important has a seal on it too. Let me close this on up. But I wanted to show y'all how when they say corporate, what corporate really means. This is what corporate really means. The Book of the Dead. Okay? The Book of the Dead. And it's not like dead people necessarily, okay? But we're going to get into that because I got some deep stuff. I got DNA. Wait, where my DNA at? Oh, okay, here it is. I got DNA samples. It's valuable. Those are DNA slides. Very valuable. And it really doesn't matter to who or to what they belong. The fact that they are preserved for the purposes of history makes them valuable. Okay? See how they're already preserved in their specimen packages? That's worth money right there. Okay? Now it's gonna have my foreign DNA on it because I touched them and everything. But we talked about touching. Okay? This is why a lot of people use gloves when they handle stuff like this because they wanted to have only the history that came before the person, came across the finding. It's called the finding. Okay, look at that old school Kodak. No, that's worth money. Old school Kodak, baby. Look at that. And this one look like it's even older than that Kodak one. Look at that. Really look like an old school TV, huh? You could like see in the past. I wonder what's on these slides. I can somewhat see something formulating. I don't know what's on these slides, but I do know it's old school DNA. What you call these? Cartridges or whatever. Okay. Let's zoom in and say what it say on there. Let's see what it say. ANSC Chrome. I don't know. Say Chrome something. And this one is another blood or whatever type of specimen. And it's got Kodak branding on it. Okay. Wow. And they both say chrome. I wonder what chrome slide. Okay. Chrome slide. Somebody Google that for me right quick. Chrome slide. What the heck is that? Chrome. I told y'all when I was showing y'all my documents the other day, and I was telling y'all, I said, this is steel. And I was showing the documents, my precious metals. And And people's like, how is that still when it's a piece of paper that you're showing me? But look at there. What do that say? What do that say? Copper. People don't know writing down an expression of something is also value as well. That's why you take inventory. Is the papers that you wrote down your inventory on the actual inventory? No, it is not. But it has value that can be transferred. You can go to the bank and say, I have this amount of liquidatable assets in my inventory. Okay? This is why a piece of paper of the value, documenting the value itself is the value. Okay? This is what people need to understand about the bills of exchange. Okay? This is on a corporate level. If you really want to understand things on a sovereign capacity, it is imperative that you understand these details, because that's what, like they say, the devil is in the details. Okay? The devil's in the details. Welcome. If you have a question, please go on, type your question in the chat. Be respectful. Speak. Don't come in the chat and don't speak. That's rude. Come in the chat, speak, say hi. If you're interested in what's going on, ask questions. You're welcome to ask questions. And also, I asked for somebody to help me out and look up that company name that we saw on there. And the reason why I'm asking you all to help and participate in that manner is because it'll help you to understand how to become a seeker. What should you be looking up? A lot of times we be looking up stuff about celebrities. How much money such and such got? And, where do such and such live? What does it matter? You can't go stay with them. The fuck? How is that going to help you to know where in the fuck a celebrity live? You need to learn how to look up some shit for your own self to be doing better. What you gonna do? Write your favorite celebrity and ask them for some money and then get disappointed because you're gonna find that they don't never answer you back, or they answer you back and tell you, baby, that's not what we do. Like TBN Trinity Broadcast Network, I told them about this awesome plan I had to help the ministry to bring wealth to the kingdom of God, and they told me that's not in their plans. Now, how are you working for God and helping the kingdom of God to advance into a state of dominion is not in your plans? Talk to me now. Talk to me. Where they do that at? That don't even make sense. That's like me driving up to Burger King and they tell me they don't sell burgers. Where they do that at? That's inappropriate. It's inappropriate for, like we spoke about yesterday, for our law enforcement to be causing problems when they supposed to be keeping peace. It's inappropriate. It's all out inappropriate. And if I'm the only one that's saying that it's inappropriate and standing up and standing my ground on that, then I am the president of America. And I say everybody who is concerned about using all their credit cards and stuff, trying to buy gifts and pretend like you all right, and you're not all right. If you don't have no inheritance, if you 40 years old and you don't have nothing you can leave your family. By the time I was 40, I had so many businesses, ridiculous. I don't know. People were talking about, you lost your shop. Because I lost my, the building structure in the court claim, okay? But we did a mutual thing where but I didn't even know I really lost, because I didn't lose. I won because I got what I wanted at the time. But at the time, I was not aware that I could have gotten the property. That's what I mean. I really didn't win. And people will make you think you won like that. But I felt I didn't win. That's what made me start researching into things. Okay? I felt it. It was like, man, I feel like I fucked myself some kind of way. Because the judge said, what do you want? And I knew it. I felt it. And so when people say, if you represent yourself, you got yourself for a fool, guess what? A lawyer not going to feel no kind of remorse for losing your case, because he don't care, because it's not his case to win or lose. It's yours. He can alternate how he feel about it. Yes, give me a chicken sandwich with cheese, tomatoes, and extra tomatoes.
With cheese and extra tomatoes?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
On sourdough, please.
Sourdough bread, yes, ma'am.
And that'll be all. Oh, no, give me a value fry, please.
Value bread?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, send up and not go up to this line and go to order that burger, and that lady tell me we don't have no burgers. I done been to that ghetto ass Burger King on North Shepherd. They be doing shit like that, talking about they don't have no buns. How you a burger place and you don't have no burgers? Where they do that at? It's ghetto.
Hello, 561.
Okay. They be doing that at that restaurant on Shelf. Go up there, they ain't got nothing you ask for. That's why I come here. They food be fresh. And they respectful. 61?
Yeah, 61.
Thank you, Mama.
Can you print for me from there, please?
No problem. I bet it's somebody who probably think that lady, when she did that reading on the Garcias, she already had that stood. No, I did not. No, ma'am. Well, here's a woman saying that. No, ma'am. I have a witness. Thank God I have a witness. Blake was here. He can tell you I did not have any of this the other day when he was with us. He was on the broadcast. I just got this stuff since I dropped him off. And the reason I dropped him off is because I kept telling him, I said, Blake, let me be led by the Spirit. I need to be led by the Spirit, okay? And he kept on, like, talking smack and wanting to do things his way. He being embarrassed because I'm digging in the trash and all that. And he know that's my motherfucking job. That's my living. That's what the hell I do for a living. I don't know how your broke ass gonna be embarrassed because I'm digging in the trash. I told him, I said, just get your ass back in the car and nobody won't even know you with me. I don't want nobody to know you with me anyway because you embarrassed by the trash. I'm embarrassed by you. You are embarrassing me.
What was your order, man?
Sourdough chicken sandwich.
There you go.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Yeah, he's embarrassing me and got the nerve and audacity to try to act like he embarrassed about digging in the trash with his broke ass. I can't stand a motherfucker want to try to act like they better than me and they broke. I don't think they understand that. They don't understand why I steadily be getting money. And they apparently don't understand why they don't got no money. If you don't want to do shit that get the money. I remember years ago, black people would have stepped on each other with steel toe boots to get a job at the for the men to get a job at the trash company. You know why they wanted that job at the trash company? It was because it was a union job, okay? And people understood the power of the union. And also, they could glean. A lot of the stuff that was being placed in the trash wasn't trash. They could glean and do what's called gleaming. It's the same thing you doing begging up on somebody else. Value. But to me, it's more honorable. Because you're not forcing them to give to your need. When they've already discarded the value, then it's up for grabs. White people specialize in stealing people's value while they still stealing people's shit while they still alive, and taking people's shit that want they shit. All these motherfucking inheriting people just throwing out on the curb, and you got to think of a way to steal somebody's inheritance that's setting up their estate. Bitch, yeah. That don't make no sense. Really don't. And look at that DNA. That DNA is talking. I heard somebody say, I bet it is. When somebody trying to be funny, talking about I got some dead man DNA. Yes, I do. He dead, he can't do nothing with it. And apparently whoever was left in charge of that didn't care enough to hold fast to it. Because all that stuff was in there real neat, clean, and organized. All I had to do was just go through it and see what I wanted to keep. And as I was going through it, I didn't see that much. I had, what was it, 3 buckets. Not buckets. 2 treasure chests. Real treasure chests. And to me, if somebody got something in a treasure chest, that's telling you right there it's got to be treasures in there. Something that they deem as treasures. Duh! And I guarantee you, where I got that stuff from, the neighbors was sitting there looking at that stuff on the side of the road. And I guarantee you, somebody in that neighborhood passed that and was like, "Oh, I like that treasure chest," but they was just like Blake. Too ashamed to get it. I found all kind of brass in there. Oh yeah. Solid brass. Just a small piece. If you'd have heard the clunk, no, when something is real heavy, that clinking sound that it make. Clink. And when I was gathering up all of my findings, I dropped a piece and it hit the ground and it said clink. I was like, whoa, that little bitty piece got some weight to it. Little bitty piece. And that's just the reason why people like me who are in the refinery business, precious metals and refinery, they know exactly what I'm talking about. They look, their mouth is moist right now. It sound like some money. You understand? Anytime it got that weight to it, that density. That purity on top of it. We and a lot of people haven't, they lost the value of having like brass and stuff like that. You got these new age people that's, you know, trying to hype up new money. Okay? Even the man that asked me yesterday, I'll tell you how we met. Okay, not how we met, but how the course of our relationship has evolved. Okay? Now, I attend this store every day, almost. And it's where I patronize from time to time. That's why I said almost. I patronize to get my gas or my cigars and, you know, like that. And also my coffee water. I go here. I stop here because I drink coffee all day long. If I'm out and about, I have to makeshift my coffee and on my own because I don't like other people's coffee. I specifically drink Folgers and Taste of Choice and either of those by preference. Now I do also like Colombian Cup. A lot of 7-Elevens and old school gas stations used to carry that. Okay, but they don't no more. So I don't, and they done got so high. They want $3 for a watered down cup of coffee. I ain't beat for that. Okay, not taking my money like that. See, that's how the Bible say the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. And I was just saying a little while ago about how people don't understand me. They don't understand why I have so much money and I'm constantly like working like I don't have it. Okay? And it's not that I'm working like I don't have it because I be chill, you know? I ain't come across this stuff because I'm in no rush or hustle and bustle of a work life. I'm just in my leisure coming up on money, you know, that's in my motherfucking leisure. What you saying? I'm in my leisure. I'm enjoying life. I ain't bothered about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. I don't need nothing. And then, as I showed you, a lot of times when I do need something, look at this. I'm buying brand new stuff. Why would I buy it? That is a brand new package of pens. Look at that. I let somebody else pay for it. No, it's not. I'm the oracle. I optimize my finances. That's how I do compound interest. Ain't no sense in buying no pens, and the universe gave me some brand new. Look at that. Girl, girl, me. Hey, sister, it's a nasty little girl. Somebody jamming old school. Tell me something good. Hey, I'm telling you something good. Trying to hope you. Old folks used to say, I'm trying to hope you, baby. Let me hope you. Give you some sound wisdom, okay? It's people that need a car, okay? And they live right next door to somebody who been having a car sitting up in their yard for years. Just sitting there. You couldn't work out no deal with that person and say, this is what I call creative financing. Say, what you doing with that car? I got some problems with it, the titles, I can't find the title, and blah, 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 blah. You want to get rid of it? I'm interested. I would like to buy the car. Okay? And so you get a conversation going. Now, I've even experienced that when I initiated the conversation, the person said no. Okay? But over a course of time, and over a course of time, they experience some financial difficulties. You give them time, they experience some financial difficulties. And while you waiting on them to make their decision, go ask somebody else. That way you have two pots brewing, okay? That way you have two options in play, okay? And then once you got them two options in play, you go back to the first person and ask them, hey, you gave it any more thought about selling that car? What's going on? I could have been and had that car up and running, and I really need a car. Just some fun there that you have a desire to take that off their hands, because it appears to be a burdensome possession. Okay, that's a fair. And they say, well, how much you can pay me? You can say, well, we could have to put it in writing, but I'll pay you $200 down right now, and then we, write up an agreement, and then you discuss the terms of how you would finalize the transfer of the possession. Okay? I'll pay you the balance by XYZ date. And then you agree to surrender title. Okay? Now he may say, well, how am I agree to surrender title, and I just told you that the title is lost? Okay? Well, Oh, this is good. Well, then you would have to tell them, I understand that you lost your copy, but the title is not lost in the system. And for that reason, all I need you to do is waive rights to possession of a certified copy. That's all I need you to do, waive your rights to possession of it. Once you waive your rights to possession of it, and sign that right over, that assigns that right over to me by a purchase agreement, okay, then you no longer hold right to title, bond, nothing, value, nothing to that car, okay? Now, that car, once you get it, has compound interest, okay? You can literally list that car as a house. You do not have to register that car as a car. Okay? Remember, you heard this here first. You do not have to register that car as a car. Ah, you didn't know that, huh? Some vehicles are on the records as homes because they have what's called mobile homes, okay? Mobile homes. And a lot of people who are trying to obfuscate the rules for having registration and all of that, and police keep pulling you over. You trying to, exercise your right to travel without, any type of intervening. Well, you can do so by registering your vehicle as a mobile home. Okay? And there are so many different options that people can explore to solve their problems. I'm looking at my business cards here. Whatever problems you have, amen, you can solve your problems by thinking about your problems. A lot of times people coach you not to think about your problems. That's a runaway, what I call a runaway abandonment strategy. Okay? It's not really healthy for the person. It's really not.